My name is Erin O'Sheltry, and I am a 2010 graduate of Culver-Stockton College.
My name is Toby O'Sheltry, and I'm a Culver-Stockton graduate of in 2007.
Hi, I'm Debbie McDonald Bondurant, and I graduated from Culver in 1973.
I'm Millard Bondurant. I graduated from Culver in 1972. Deb and I have been married since October of 1973, 47 years and going strong.
Hi, my name's Dean Wilson, and I graduated from Culver-Stockton College in 1988.
I'm Robin Collier Wilson, and I graduated in 90. Well, that was about 30 years ago. We met just about a month before Dean graduated. We were on campus together for 2 years and never really knew each other until just about a month before graduation.
Well, the first time we interacted was at Culver-Stockton. Toby was actually a senior and I was a freshman. And I remember us locking eyes as I walked out of the cafeteria. He happened to be with a guy from my hometown. And so we kind of just locked eyes and smiled and went on our own separate ways. It wasn't actually until a couple summers later that we actually started our relationship. It was the summer before my senior year at Culver.
When we first met, it was at Culver. I went to a teak dance or mixer with a date, and some guy with a broken ankle, or what I thought was a broken ankle, asked me to dance. I kind of knew who he was from football, but I was still thinking he was a little crazy for asking me to dance with one leg.
Well, fortunately, I did not have a broken leg or ankle or had a high ankle sprain. But I had seen Debbie on campus in passing, and I wanted to have the opportunity to meet her, and the teak mixer offered that opportunity. So it was the beginning of something I hope would become something in the future.
So this is kind of funny because I am not a risky person at all. And Toby had messaged me and kept asking me to go on a motorcycle ride with him. He owned a motorcycle and he kept at it and kept at it. And I was really hesitant to go because that's not something I would normally do. But eventually he convinced me and we went on a motorcycle ride and rode around town, and the rest is history.
Our first date was to the Canton Mo Theater. We went to see Dr. Zhivago. The show was only open 3 days a week, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. We walked down the hill and back up the hill because not too many people had cars back then.
And one of the other stops we made before we went back up the hill was to Don Grand Leaders. It was a drugstore in Canton, and it also had a classic 1950s soda fountain. And they served up the best orange juice that I ever had in my life to this day.
It was strange, and I decided that I needed to impress her and take her to a movie over in Quincy, and we saw the all-time classic Beetlejuice, which really made her think I was the guy, and that was part of what we did.
It may not have been Beetlejuice. It may have been other things. We laughed together a lot, which I think is one of the keys to finding love on the hill or anywhere else for that matter, and certainly has been a key to the last year being at home all the time.
So our story is a little bit unique in that I was a senior and Toby had been a graduate of Culver-Stockton. So he would come visit me my senior year on campus and would come to my dorm room, and he would bring his motorcycle up and we would, ride around town. We'd go down by the river, stop at Primo's Pizza and get pizza and ice cream, or head back to campus and hit up the Cat's Paws. So it was really a nice connection piece that we both shared.
There wasn't a lot to do in Canton back then. I went to a lot of sports practices, football, basketball, baseball, and a lot of games. We did a lot of walking around campus and hanging out with friends and
one of the places we used to hang out at the Cat's Paw.
30 years ago, meeting on the hill, I think a lot of people would have said we were maybe an unlikely couple. I came to Culver from Atlanta. My parents had attended Culver-Stockton, which is how I found the college.
I was from the west coast of Canada, and I was recruited to play football there. So it was very new experience for me coming to the Midwest, and certainly meeting a Georgia peach, and we had a wonderful relationship for that month right before I graduated.
And it had a lot of fun ever since. When we're back at Culver, we love going to old stomping grounds down by, it's not really unless you go down by the river.
And so, yeah, go back, walk around campus, and hold hands. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you all.
Whether you find love on the hill or someplace else, certainly I know most of us recall our time at Culver with fond memories, and those years being some of the happiest of our lives.